West Baltimore. Why it's just not Baltimore?
I said Baltimore, Maryland.
No. You emphasizing when team light skin. That's why y'all sit next to each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, no, she said Baltimore first, and then somebody said, "What side?"
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? Then I apologize. Like
it was me.
He tried to. He drove. Why? So why? Why it's just not Baltimore? Like Baltimore is divided by two streets: North Avenue, Northern Parkway. I'm sorry, 3 in Cold Spring. Like they 10 minutes apart.
Come on,
each
now.
side.
You know people rep they side that they from, but then rep they hood afterwards.
Yeah.
And the east side and the west side chick is two
Like
very
Park
different
Heights
things.
is Park Heights. It's not
Two
West Side.
very
It's Park
different
Heights.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
That's because he been in the county too long.
I don't care. I'm paying not to be around crackheads.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm going to pay that high.
That's where crackheads live.
No, not where I'm
moving
at.
them out.
No, they the good crackheads out
I'm
there,
telling
bitch.
you.
Yeah, they good.
Ready, mic check, 1, 2. What is this? You're now tuned into Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. I'm one of 4 hosts, one of 4 moderators, one of 4 opinionated brothers. I go by the name ERICK, Mr. Dawson, whatever you call me. Please do not call me a fucking midget. And to the left of me, giggling already, the bully, Conway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
bully in
that
the streets.
funny, yo.
The women at home call him a teddy bear. You know what I mean? To the right of me, the fitness guru, the homie Flesh is in the building. And y'all don't see Andy on camera, but Andy, let him know you in here, baby.
Yeah, Quarantine Bees.
Quarantine Bees is in the building. And today, in the Lion's Den, because you know, if y'all ever watched us or listened to us on Spotify, any of these platforms, y'all know that this is a male-driven show. This is the male version of the talk. Male version of the view. We got, but today we got some queens with us today.
Yes.
Don't be bad like that. You had to make your face like that.
They came to sit in the Lion's Den, have a little conversation with the fellas today. So to my left, I got the comedian Miss Dawn Renee. She made sure that she told me to say both of her first names. You know what I mean? Not to get it fucked up. And to the right of me, got comedian Chi. Let them know. Like, you gotta let them see that shirt. Chi what?
Nice Chi.
See, nice Chi. She bouncing like earlier. She had Flesh head going like this when she was twerking. When she was twerking her chest, like Flesh was going nuts. You know what I mean? No Flesh nasty. You know what I mean?
Flesh nasty.
Y'all know. Yeah. Y'all know Flesh is nasty. But look,
Hold on. Before we get started, yo.
You know I gotta drop this disclaimer before you say some bullshit.
Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
Before you say some bullshit, like, look. If you're sensitive about your race, religion, gender, sexuality, and or politics, this is not the show for you. You will not Me Too movement nobody in here. And especially since we got some real comedians and not the fake comedians that y'all see each and every week. We got some actually paid comedians in the building. Y'all definitely know they going to say what the hell they want to say. Now, to Conway's bullshit, go ahead. You get ready to say something.
So last week, y'all know this motherfucker had no shirt on.
I had a shirt on, man.
No.
They had a beater. No, we not doing that shit no more.
Like, if he come in with another tank top on, we're not filming that shit. Like,
but what the fuck is that?
What's what?
The ring shit. Like,
no, you know I like skulls, man.
Here we go.
Watching Dennis Rodman.
This motherfucker was watching Dennis Rodman and Son of Anarchy.
Watching Dennis Rodman last night.
My followers know what it is. I've always been skull gang.
Hey, yo. All right, Jim Joe. Let's go.
So I was gonna get to it, but check this out.
Get it out the way now.
We got the ladies in here, and we had to sit down and talk to some women. It's always a sausage fest in here, especially some funny women. So. So Miss Chi, Miss Dawn Renee.
About time they threw some titties in the mix.
Yeah, for real. So let the people know where y'all from before we get into this.
Okay, I'm your girl Chi. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Make sure you guys follow me at Chi Comedian on IG. CHE comedian. No breaks in between.
What side of Baltimore? Though?
I'm West. West is the best.
Okay.
Thank you for spelling that.
Clarification.
Thank you for spelling that.
Fucking weird, so I don't care.
CHI me to death.
Yeah.
CHI couldn't find.
Cause they keep thinking about Chi-Chi's. They hungry as a bitch.
Yo, Chi-Chi's used to be that deal.
Yeah, it did.
For real, way before Qdoba, Chipotle.
I mean, it still tastes good.
They was sizzling.
Wait a minute, which cheese tastes good?
Your age.
Which cheese? Hold up, she said it still tastes good. Which
Whatever one you prefer, my brother.
cheese still tastes good?
Or whatever one you prefer, my brother. I
Oh
mean,
my
does your
God.
body good?
Oh my
Let's
God!
be clear.
Oh my God!
Let's be
Dawn
crystal
Renee,
clear.
Vitamin
tell me where
G,
you from.
you know?
So I'm your girl, Dawn Renee, West Side certified, West
Oh,
Baltimore.
we got two West Siders over here.
Two West Side chicks. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Dawn Renee _entertains. It's DAWN, not DON. You got it because they will DON me to death.
Yes.
So it's
It's right here.
DAWNRENEE, Dawn Renee _entertains on IG.
Oh, okay.
Follow your girl.
Can I ask just one question since everybody's from Baltimore here? Why when we say where you from and say West Baltimore, why it's just not Baltimore? Why
I
is
said
it-
Baltimore, Maryland.
No. You emphasizing when team light skin. That's why y'all sit next to each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, no, she said Baltimore first, and then somebody said, well, what's up?
Yeah,
Oh,
I said-
you know
I
what?
said-
Then I apologize. Like
It was me.
He tried it. He
It was
drove
me.
why? So why? Why it's just not Baltimore?
It
Like
could be-
Baltimore is divided by two streets: North Avenue, Northern Parkway. I'm sorry, 3 in Cold Spring. Like they 10 minutes apart.
Come on,
each
now.
side.
You know people rep they side that they from, but then rep they hood afterwards.
Yeah.
And the east side and the west side chick is two
Like
very
Park
different
Heights is
things.
Park Heights. It's not
Two
West Side.
very
It's Park
different
Heights.
things.
Yeah.
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 Crazy. It's crazy.
That's because he been in the county too long.
Well, I don't care. I'm paying not to be around crackheads. I don't
Oh,
Hey,
okay. Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
some
pay
real
that
shit.
high.
That's where crackheads live. in town.
No, not where
They
I'm
moving
at.
them out.
No, they the good crackheads out that
I'm
bitch.
telling
Good
you.
ones.
Yeah, they
I'm
could drive
exercising my
right.
right. I pay
They don't
tax.
lean over.
No,
He the one that still want to say a hood name. He probably be like, I'm from OTM.
no. I'm from everywhere. Like, but no.
They can set out the mills.
That was that funny? You put a lot of juice on it right
No,
now.
because
You put a lot of sauce on that
because
joke
of
right now,
the
you
young
like,
Moo shit.
Like you
I know how you
Arsenio. You Arsenio Hall. Oh, you doing all that over
It's
there.
like she already know
That
you.
shit was exactly.
It's like she already
And
know
y'all,
you.
y'all, you know what I mean? So what I live on with Mills?
I wasn't gonna say that.
know that.
I wasn't gonna
That's
say
crazy.
Yeah, y'all, they plotted that joke when I went downstairs.
Nah.
No
y'all
plots,
did.
baby. No
Yes,
plots.
yes, y'all did. But
All the money, OTM.
whatever. But I'm glad the ladies are sitting here with us. The first thing I want to ask you, what made you all jump into comedy?
You want to go first?
I started doing comedy just because I wanted my contribution to this world to be something positive. I didn't feel like I had a lot of monetary value, so I felt like laughter is something that can be universal to any background, to any person. If you're having a bad day, me giving them a smile, I feel like it's a great way of giving back. So I was like, if I'm gonna dip with my hand in something, I would rather be around positive, happy people and be a part of that.
What about you, Miss
Oh, that was very profound. My shit ain't that slick.
You know,
You know, it's real simple. I've been talking shit my whole life. And one day a friend of mine was like, bitch, you should do comedy. And I was like, okay. So I did Magooby's Joke House open mic for the first time and ever doing stand-up. Won. And
Shit was history.
the rest is, that's
That's
it.
I commend.
movies is a big thing. I ain't
Yeah,
never
Magooby's
hit
is
they, I ain't
shit.
never hit they field before.
I commend both
I
of y'all.
actually did Magooby's twice. The first time I did it, you know, it was my first time ever doing comedy. So like
Right.
my high school friends, family, everybody came out. But the second time I did it and won, I ain't tell nobody. So even though I felt like I won both times on my own merits,
good to
the
feel.
second time that I won, I went up against this white guy. And he had like 40, 50 people in the audience. And I had like 6. And they let the crowd choose. And it was like 200 people in there. So his 40
You
people.
probably was mad as a bitch.
Yeah. And I was.
voted for her?
Because I thought I just knew he was going to win because he had such a big, you know what I'm saying, following with him. But they was like, I'll win this Dawn Renee. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, because they probably
I was
like,
shocked as shit too.
They wanted the crowd to believe
I'd have
that,
exiled this.
that they had the
everybody in my
vote.
family.
They know
that day.
who won.
Yeah, you can't deny a performance, a good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter if you're trying to hate. If the shit funny, it's funny. Like you still like, oh god.
That's one thing you can't get over on comedians.
Yeah.
They're like they can rape you in like music and shit, like
See,
sing or rap.
In those cases, white people fail.
What you mean?
They
In those cases, they fair. In situations like that, I'm sorry, Billy. She made me laugh harder. That's
Hell yeah.
I don't throw no shade, but a lot of white comedians just ain't funny to me. It ain't my type of jokes.
Nah, I ain't
That
gonna
shit,
lie.
I don't care who the fuck know. That shit be dry. They be like, man, saying all type of shit. Haha, that was funny. No, the fuck what?
Nah, they the
Turn the
dry
channel.
shit.
White ignorant comics are hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
I will
type.
say that, and
Like
I will say
Bill
because
Burr, my favorite one.
I laugh at
I like
the
Bill
wrong
Maher.
shit.
Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr.
That's my favorite. The one who wrote with Dave Chappelle for the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
That's stand-ups. Yeah,
Yeah,
He funny as
you
shit.
got. I'm gonna have to look at
Yeah,
it.
he funny as
What's the
shit.
one married to the black girl that we like?
Okay,
Gary
Owens.
Owens.
Yeah, I like Gary Owens.
But he's
the
not
fuck
white.
he is?
He's not
Who?
white. He's not white.
I thought everybody knew for Bill when they did the race selection, and he was like the first time
He's a
black
black
people
man
go
with
first. He was like,
melanin
they probably
missing.
could play
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
He's not
Yeah,
white.
man.
I don't remember that.
He walked away from the
Well,
equator.
I will say about the profession that you guys jumped into, like, I commend y'all, like, because that's a very hard thing to do, to get up in a room full of people that you don't know and try to make them laugh. Like, I had a cousin that was doing his thing on the amateur circuit. I don't know why he stopped. My cousin Andrew, like, he was hysterical. Like, I don't know why he stopped, but it was like when I was younger, people tried to tell me to do it, and I'm like, I'm making crack jokes amongst us, but get on stage and I say some fucked up shit, and they boo me like, we gotta fight. Like, we gotta fucking fight jumping on stage. And then if my team in there, like,
It's going down.
they like, yo, what's popping?
Have y'all ever been booed yet?
No. I have never
Knock on wood.
experienced
No,
that. But I'm
great
ready
com-
for it.
But I said that
Whoever initiated the board, I'm breaking their self-esteem. You will never love yourself again.
Yeah.
By the time I'm finished with your ass. But when I get everybody to commence the booing,
Yeah.
I'm roasting the shit out of everybody that I seen
The
with
boo
boo
initiate.
in their mouth.
Yeah.
That's how you get them
Every
back.
great comedian said that they've been booed before.
That's how you get them back,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
They started
Yeah,
started off
always.
hot and then got booed and then recovered from it, and then some got booed at the beginning, worked their way through it, and then learned.
Yeah, because
Right.
sometimes it depends on your crowd. You know, like, I think it's safe to say that every comedian has a different set based upon the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
I'm 44,
crowd energy.
right? I'll be 45 in September. So if I go into a crowd of my peers, then I got some shit for them. Whereas if I go into a crowd of my daughter's friends who's 24, they not gonna relate to no 44-year-old woman shit. I gotta kind of bring it down and you know, that's when my daughter jokes come in, and you know what I'm saying, my younger crowd jokes come in, and if I go where at my mother's age group, you know what I'm saying, I gotta have different material for that group because they not gonna feel my young girl shit or my
So you versatile.
Yeah.
They want the ratchet shit.
You stay in tune with the younger generation and now to be.
You just not trying to be
Yeah.
24.
oh no,
Yeah.
I'll fuck 24, but I ain't trying to be 24.
For real? You know what? I
So
just
what?
turned
Them little
24
young niggas be
years
fine.
ago.
Nigga funny
I
as
just turned
shit.
24.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not fucking
said
nobody
I
that's
just
gonna be my
turned
kid. That's
24.
not going down.
Nah, real
I'm just
shit.
talking shit. I'm just playing. No, I
Yeah,
won't
my
do
kid
that.
just turned 20 today. Matter of fact, happy birthday to my
Oh,
son.
Matter
Yeah,
of
happy
fact.
birthday, nephew.
Yeah, he turned
My little
20
cousin
today.
turned 19 today.
Yeah, and it's a blessing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to be 20
Yeah, I got
and
two
alive
cousins'
as a
birthdays
man
In
in this
Baltimore.
town and in this country.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Taller than your dad.
And he'll still get punished at 20 because he'll pay no bills. And he can get the fuck out.
Still get his ass whipped
That's
out.
right.
I
And
mean,
you'll
how
be
you
the-
say that real close, taller than your dad.
Everybody's taller than me. Everybody's taller.
Now, being female comedians, do y'all think it's harder for y'all to, like, in this business for, like, the other male comedians in Baltimore? Because a lot of times, some of these male
question.
comedians
Great question.
are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But because they got a fan base and a bunch of fucking groupies that, like, motherfuckers get over.
Now, okay.
Speak from the heart.
Of course. These come straight from the chi-chis. Man, when I
Keep
say
looking.
men comedians get it way worse than female comedians in another man's house because they feel like I've been through this such and such. Because I went through, my journey might have not been as smooth as yours, I'm going to make you feel that pain. I done seen comedians like do absurd, ridiculous stuff that will like touch a nigga pride. You feel me? Just for them to perform, or you feel me? Like they don't get the same respect with as than me. I've been in maybe 365. I done been in almost 71 shows. Like I ain't never have to go through none of the stuff. Like, even comedians that I've seen, like male comedians I bring with me, they'd be like, oh no, yo was 3 minutes late, he can't perform. I'm like, how the fuck I just got here 10 minutes ago? Like, what? Like, you know, like, they way worse on men, because it's like they don't want you to out-funny them. They don't want you to out-funny them. You feel me? And then if they don't know your talent, now once they see you, and they see, oh yeah, his funny ain't fucking with my funny, they gonna eat you up. Yeah, come on, we get you on every show up here. But if your ass is funny, then it even get a little even harder.
I've been hearing behind the scenes in the comedy circuit, it's a little slime ball. It's like, I've been hearing a lot of stories like that over the years.
My nigga Fat Boy Pudge, that's my guy.
That's my baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that. You experience anything like any obstacles yourself as far as trying to get on stage or following somebody or somebody stealing your jokes?
For me, in my opinion, I think it's everything is cliquish. You know, comedy is not my main source of income. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not out at every show. I try to come out and support, but if it conflicts with how I make my ends meet, and I can't be there. But when I do come out, and if I do like, you know, a 7-minute set, a 10-minute set, or 15-minute set, and there's other comics at the venue, oh, you know, I seen you out before, but I never really seen you, yada yada yada, and they'll hit me, you know, that's straight information, but they never call. You know, or I've had situations where I've had male comics say, I'm putting a show together and I want you on the show, and then they put the show together and I'm not on the show. You know what I'm saying? Which all is fine for me, because I'm a strong believer in what's for me is for me anywhere that I go. But I think it's just depends on who you are and who's in your clique, or whose clique you're in, you know. And then you also have to, as a female, you also got to watch the male comedians you got to watch the male comedians that you associate yourself with, because they'll get terrible.
Hold on. Can we rewind that back? Can she rewind that commercial?
She said, wait, no, Dick Foreskin. You feel me? Like Dick Foreskin. Yeah, like, yo, for real. Yeah. Like, to work with some of these, like, high-end, IG, well-known, Facebook popular people.
So they want to fuck first?
What? Yeah. What? I done had niggas tell me, should I take you on tour with me? I will put you on guaranteed shows, but you got to stay in my hotel room. I'm like, but I can buy my own. I'll get my own hotel room. Can I still roll? Not like, Chi, you know what it is. Like, you know. And I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Like,
damn. That's the shit.
Yeah.
See, but that's the
shit
that
is real.
That's the shit that I be dealing with. Cause see, some of the, you know,
wait a minute.
Shit that y'all deal with. I'm sorry. It's in reference to what y'all with women. Y'all go through so much bullshit.
Oh, I thought you meant like somebody wasn't fucking unless you gave us a dick. That's what threw me off.
You had to get on some dick to work out.
That's what I thought. Like, I'll let you train me.
Only way you gonna get this gym membership is you throw a little.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
I'm starting to see more recently, like, where y'all energy be coming from when it comes to y'all, when y'all be talking about men. Because a lot of times that shit be irritating the shit out of me, because I don't even be moving like that. But I can see, even from y'all situation, y'all even still deal with it in comedy. Like, it's that bad.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I do, though? Like, I found a good way of exiting myself out of that shit. Because, alright, I was blessed to see this man do stand-up comedy, right? And this joke never left me since I heard it from him. And shit, he was saying, Laughing Larry? Is it Laughing Lenny? Laughing Larry? I don't want to get his name wrong, but a fucking hilarious guy. Nonetheless, he'll know his joke if he hear it. But I ain't gonna tell you the whole joke, but it's like, if you want to know if your woman a freak, if she call you over to take a shower, she trying to suck some dick. If she call you over and tell you take a bath, she trying to eat some ass. So now, since most of the comedians was there to hear this joke, now I touch them like, you ready to take that bath? You feel me? Like, and every time they be like, yo, Chi, you want some whole other shit? Like, I do that shit every time. I got you want me to use? That's what the nigga said. That's what the nigga said.
What body wash you
the
want me to use?
last person I tried that shit, he gonna say everybody. And this motherfucker, quite frankly, can take a bath. I said, oh, hell no. But normally it works. Normally that shit works. Like, you gotta touch their leg, though. Like, you gotta, and like, lick your lips and be like, you trying to take that bath?
Yeah.
It'll work with me, not him.
You getting your ass ate?
Oh no, him. He's getting his ass ate.
He looks like
that's the little nigga.
He looking like shit. I don't give a fuck. But yes, like you gotta
down
watch.
there, go and get it.
Because they will.
She down there. Just don't let my balls hit the sheets. Like, we all right. Down there, go and get it.
Okay.
Go from the tank, do whatever you gonna do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yo,
Not the
I
tank.
will leave.
Not the tank. Okay.
Just don't tell me roll over. When you going too far, you just tell me roll
This
over.
is his last time.
Right.
Now we getting to the bottom.
We're getting
Yeah,
buy coffee,
Literally,
man.
nothing to do with being
Literally,
short. Like,
literally.
y'all are not doing what my man need. My man said, if you gonna go down there and
Don't
slap the top,
Don't do it. You
you
down there.
lift the hood and you shut that
Wherever
hood.
your tongue
Yeah.
go, that's
Yeah.
between
My-
your tongue.
Hey yo,
Don't
hey
just
yo,
tap the hood but change
hey
that
yo.
hood.
HR just texted me. This is the last time I'm gonna be on the show.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, what I was saying was, it's like you really, because they'll get territorial with us. And if I've had people come to me and tell me, oh, I thought you was with so and so, that's why I didn't book you, because another male comic was like, oh, she with me.
Yeah, I did.
And this male comic, I ain't made not one fucking dollar with. Not 50 cents. You know what I mean? So, and that coupled with when you work with them, like their fans, if they're popular, their fans will try to eat you alive. They will come for your whole, like, self-esteem. Like, they will try to break you down. Like, bitch, I don't even want the dick.
So this shit like battle
Yeah,
rap.
because
Yeah.
honestly, when I first...
And you ain't
when
got
I-
a snowball's chance in hell if you met the nigga anyway to come for me this hard.
The funny thing is,
You know what I mean?
the first time I seen you was on Cleon's skit. That's the
Okay.
first. That's the first time I discovered you. Then I started following you. I'm like, damn, she funny. But even on that skit, like, people was being extra ignorant for no reason on the. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo.
Because
Yeah, no.
Because-
That's,
I'm just like,
good enough for
yo.
who they like.
yeah, for who you take away
I'm like, yo, this shit
when they
is
see
funny.
a guy who they like and they're I gotta watch all his stuff. When they see another woman with her, they like, it doesn't matter, they gonna hate. That's what I'm telling you.
But I'm not the only woman that worked with this nigga.
I know, but what I'm saying is, in that
She be
particular
getting
skit, I'm like,
smoked.
yo, why they doing
I
going over the top and extra for no reason? Like,
And I'm fucking pretty.
Girl that be
So,
with Leon.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
seen
and
her
my
get
ass is fat
smoked.
and I'm funny.
Girls is
And
like,
so
"Get her
fuck
the
y'all,
fuck
bald
outta
head
here."
bitches.
I forgot her name, yo.
Who?
She is another. It's like a little short, little brown skin, little pretty little chick.
From Cleon skit,
Yeah.
Merlin Rivers.
Yo, they booed her the fuck up out of them girls in that
yeah,
joint.
but
here's
she's
the thing.
attractive too.
And
It
can
was like-
sing her
they
motherfucking
was
ass
like-
off.
She can.
Well, one hand,
She
get
sound
her
like
the fuck
Toni
up. I
Braxton.
said,
Yeah,
damn.
and she can sing her ass off too.
I said, Shorty was funny a little
Yeah,
bit.
but they
I'm
be the
on the
same- They be
sea.
the same ones when they hate on y'all now. And then when you get big, then everybody
Then they be the first one to make. They gonna be like Chi Chi Fan Club.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And then everybody gonna be
That's
shaking their titties
That's
on
facts.
Twitter and shit.
Cause I've had that happen now, like opposed to me a year ago when I was reaching out to people like, yo, you want to do a
Fan club.
skit? You want? It was like it was either I had to do something with them or they was talking about stupid amount of money. Now they hitting me up. Gee, can you feel me? When we
Because
working,
it
like
becomes-
why we not
it
working
becomes-
now?
it
You
becomes
bougie.
beneficial.
Like
They become beneficial.
Yeah.
So
That's because they think everybody dragging.
yeah. So women in comedy, do y'all have anybody that you inspire or looked up that gave you any type of motivation? My fault, Flash.
oh, now I'm gonna say this with all humblest way and respect in my heart for all the big comedians. I am comedy illiterate, far as knowing the big people. So I'm gonna go down to my immediate who. Slow down with your jokes. You feel me? Let it linger. Catch that crowd. You feel me? Read your crowd. Is it big bitches? Okay, we love big bitches. You feel me? I'ma say, okay, I'm gonna get Miss Dawn Renee, of course. You feel me? She's somebody that I look up to as far as like her sexiness. Like she helped me with delivery. You feel me? Because I'm rough around the edges. I got six older brothers. I'm the only girl. I'm like, nigga, what's up? Like, you feel me? Like,
She play with
and they
pistols.
like, damn, she's so pretty. Like, why is she?
She
feel
play
me?
with
But-
guns.
You feel me? Like that. So I'm gonna say like Woo Woo gave me like she was one of my favorite comedians when I first came into this game. It was like, okay, she big, she beautiful, and she don't give a fuck. Like she ain't even
That's
worried
not
about her
bad.
stomach jiggling. She
Woo
ain't
Woo.
even.
You feel me?
Ooh, the
What?
shit.
She will go up in that motherfucker and get the what breaking her back. I be like, bitch, you want? I'm going next, like so. Ever since then, like I let her know. Like when I first seen her, I jumped in her arms, and she did not know me from a can of paint. And she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Bitch, I love you. I fucking love you. Like this is it. Woo Chi, woo Chi." She was like, "What the fuck?" But ever since then, we've been so close. Like we do so many shows together. We've done so many events together. She's been on actually some of my shows, on probably 3 of them. You know, to the point where her, and as far as somebody big that everybody knows, Lou now. I love her nastiness.
Yeah,
I love her comfortability.
Me too. Couple shots of Jack Daniels.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I love her comfortability and saying like, you know,
Who the fuck is this nigga, yo?
yeah, he is crazy.
I don't
ain't
know
he?
him.
Crazy as a motherfucker.
Y'all just said he was fucking you know, yo.
I
I said
would
with a
have to
couple
say,
shots of Jack. I didn't say sober though. See, you messing her thought.
and probably my other one, like yeah, Luna with her nastiness, and then one of my mentor, you feel me? Maria Sanchez, I'll give it to her. You feel me? She's one of the females that showed me outside of Baltimore comedy, and she actually given me sets to watch, far as like to look at and see what not to do and what to do. You feel me? And she gave me a lot of opportunity. When I come in the room and they be like, "Well, that's Maria mentee," you feel me? Like I got a lot of pull with that. Like I done did Philly Punchline, I done been on Philly radio shows, I done, feel me? And it ain't off of like strictly just her, but she showed me the way of like, okay, that's the avenue you might want to take. They like them thick over there, you feel me? Like
Show you how to move.
yeah, like she showed me how to move a little bit.
What about you? What about you?
So what I will say is the first time I met Chi Chi, she showed me mad love. Like I saw her before we met in person. I saw you on a skit with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh shit, she funny as fuck. And so I followed her, and then she followed me back, and then I saw her at a show. And okay, so I'm not a lesbian, but I like a fat ass. So every time I see Chi Chi, I walk up to her. She always worry about the titties, but I always grab her on the butt. So the first time I ever met her in person, I walked up on her, and I was like, and I just grabbed her butt I grabbed both cheeks with both hands.
Both hands? Like it was like okay.
Yeah, from the back.
Yeah,
Still had shit.
Yeah, like,
Yo, women can get
get
away with that shit, yo.
I promise you.
and then, but she turned around and I didn't even know she knew who I was. She turned around, she was like, "Darn Renee, bitch!" And it was like, oh, "Okay, well, hey, girl."
Yes, yeah.
So it was like that.
I'm all in love with my shit. Like I don't never
Me
act
too.
like I'm all.
That's
I ain't
shit.
never funny acting. Woo Woo was another one. Ray Diva. I love Ray. She kind of pulled me to the side. I had met her at a show, and she had kind of put me to the side and was like, all right, there's some shows coming up. You want to come and do some time? And I actually got some bookings off of her, suggestions, and met a few people in the game. As far as, so my favorite female comedian is, I don't know how well known she is, but I think she funny as shit. It's the girl Dominique. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Dominique.
She is short, dark skin.
The older chick?
I don't know how old
I'm
she
pretty
is.
sure who is she?
She's the skinny older chick, right?
No, she not skinny. She's short, dark skin, kind of thick chick.
Andy knows. Like
Yeah, he knows.
I think she is
She
funny
from DC?
as shit to me. I don't know where she's from, to be honest with you.
he's on Wikipedia.
But I know her name is Dominique. I like her, and I love Samoa. My comedy style has kind of been compared to hers.
Oh, Samoa?
I love Samoa.
I think it's the short hair, because I ain't got no underneath these braids. I'm looking like these niggas.
They tell me I'm the new Monique. I hate that shit.
Yeah, and it's like,
I ain't got no nothing against, but they
You
say
just want to be
yeah,
you.
let me do me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You funnier than her, though.
Thank you.
You up?
Don't
Real
cancel
shit.
me.
I'm glad you said the word cancel. Now, being a comedian,
can't
do
get-
you ever
she
like
can't cancel
hold
nobody.
back? Do you ever hold back on your content because the world is so sensitive right now? Do you hold back? Like, do you just like switch
No.
your routine up, or you just say what you feel?
No, I say whatever I want.
Me too.
Because
I like
I
that
give you a
shit.
perfect example.
'Cause I say the fuck I wanna say.
Last Sunday we did a show, and there was one of the comedians there. She was a lesbian, and she made a joke, and I was like, "Oh, you trying to figure out where you fall?" I was like, "Well, use the bull dagger."
Yeah, right.
Right.
I
And
tell
then
lesbians, like, I don't do y'all. I catch strap throat.
and then and,
You heard it. You heard it.
then I said, well, I'm like the white, how white people say, I got a black friend, my daughter's gay, so I can say whatever I fuck I want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't hold my shit back because that LGBT, they'll try to.
They don't. They
They'll
think
put
they
you on the
exempt
rope.
from being
One
joked.
topic I
Bullshit.
held off of was 9/11. Oh, these motherfuckers.
I think I wouldn't touch
Them
that either.
motherfuckers went hard. Like, I went to
think
an
I'll touch
open
that.
mic on 9/11.
The disrespect, I was like, what? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't want to I just was like, yo, I was so red in the face because of what everybody else said. I was just like, holy shit, nigga. Like, the level of disrespect is real with this bitch. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute, I was like, for 9/11, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch the numbers up. We're gonna talk about the 69. You know what I mean? I went into something else because I was like, yo, y'all bitches is going to hell around here. Like,
yeah, I can't fuck with that.
I can't
fuck 9/11, I can't make
I can't fuck with that.
They was like, pew, boo.
Damn.
Yo, it was bad.
She went like
it was bad. Like, and they just, and the white people was just red in the face. Like, they was rolling.
Yeah,
they was rolling.
It was right. Now they was great cancel some shit.
Yeah, that's facts. But did we take a comedian rock star like a Kevin Hart? Do you think a female will ever be in that position to like be so high? Even though I think a lot of them have reached that pinnacle and actually start bringing more females up underneath them. I think like Monique could have done it. I don't know if she missed her mark. She could have done it.
Tiffany Haddish. She bringing a lot of people with they ready, we ready.
I'm glad to hear that.
I can't wait till you do another We Ready and let people try to audition for it. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Because she see the pop because Kevin Hart laid that platform like that to let people see.
And
that's
people
how
hate on Kevin Hart a lot,
putting everybody else on, putting other talents on is what make it grow, and it's not about you trying to steal everything for yourself.
Well, I think we first got to get away from the cattiness. You know, like think about hip hop for example. You done had Chris Brown and Drake done beef. Yeah, they got music together. You didn't had Meek and Drake and beef. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got music together, but for some reason we can't seem to get together. Why can't Nicki and Kim squash their beef? You know what I'm saying? And work together. Like, why does it have to be so ongoing and it's never ending? And so when you talk about women, when
her and Foxy need to get right.
Yeah, her and Foxy need to get right. You got so it's like when women beef. Or it's always, because I said when we first got here, it's like it's always a bunch of guys and it's always one chick in the clique. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because they feel like we can't get along. Because my thing is, I put a show together. My cousin had a pool party. She wanted to do a comedy show. I didn't call no guys. I called 3 female comedians.
Show. Great.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because my thing is that somebody got to do it. Where it's just all of us and maybe one dude or no dude. Yeah. You know, to kind of show that we can get together, work, get this money, you know what I'm saying, and it not be no bullshit either before or afterwards. Because the dudes are doing it. You know, you look at the pictures and all you see is a bunch of dudes and you may see one or maybe 2 female comedians. Mm-hmm. But, like, Sunday, I did both the shows and I was I was one of the female comics and the other female comics was D-Lo. Mm-hmm. You know, but outside of that, it wasn't. Oh, and Woo Woo did the night show as well. But it's never like a 50-50 split between like the guys and the girls as far as doing shows and stuff like that.
It's been a lot of talent in comedy with females. Even during the Def Jam era, like they never really got to where they were supposed to be at, and these women were funny.
Yeah,
like seriously funny.
Shit, even when they
like
did
Cheryl
that,
Underwood, like I thought she was gonna go.
Yeah. But it's like you gotta put your foot in. I can't. You gotta get your foot in other areas because it's like if you just try to stay in one area, you'll get stifled in that one area. Like Cheryl Underwood, we seen her. I remember seeing her first time on Def Comedy Jam. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But then she had to branch out and do other things because I don't know what it is that they will not fuck with us for the long run. I don't know because ain't nobody if we ain't giving up the pussy. I don't know what it is.
No, y'all not giving up the butt.
I'm talking about period.
Well, they not giving up the
vibe. Sexualizing everything. Well, that's why I just throw my own shit. I don't give a
Well, mainstream wise, I feel as though like the women that are in power, that control like a lot of the networks, need to be the ones that do it. Because I think what's going on in the world right now, where women are so strong, y'all can have y'all own Coming to America, your own Harlem Nights, your own Dave Chappelle show. Y'all can have that, but somebody that's sitting in them offices that can push that button need to push that button.
Yeah.
That's because they be in our shit.
Huh?
Because they be focused on our shit.
Yeah.
I be telling them all the time, like for example, they in the sports, they got in everything that they involved in with us, and I be going, they got a WNBA league that need that energy and support. Mm-hmm. Y'all have the power right now to actually seal everything down the line. But I'll be sitting there looking like, what's stopping it?
That's fucked
Well,
up
when
because
you
the
think,
NBA
when you
on
think of
both.
brands like that, like a lot of times them brands got to build a perception too. Just like you have these rappers and entertainers when they do videos, they got the NBA players in them. That'll be the same way when Nicki Minaj or whoever drops a video, bring some of them NBA players in your video or them comedian or them actresses and build the same perception that the males do in their own world.
And that's
Let's
why
be
I
honest,
really
the flock-
think
the
that
flock is
WAP
gonna
shit
follow.
is making niggas mad.
That whole
said what?
slogan when you build
WAP
it.
making a lot of people
Yeah, they will
mad.
come.
Yeah, when that whole slogan of when you
Because
build it,
there's a
they
lot of
become.
different
That's how it works.
women
It's
in
just
it.
like it's like how y'all moving and how y'all getting together. Like y'all two hilarious before it started. It was like y'all punchlines was
Right.
coming like this. When you went downstairs, I kept laughing.
I know they be
They
joking
quick.
me.
They quick with
They
the
probably
Nobody
like little
joking
ass
you.
legs. I know what y'all
Nobody was talking
But
about your
Punchline,
ass.
I ain't gonna lie,
I felt
Punchline Philly is one of the first comedy club, like major clubs that I will shout them out for because they have women that happen to be funny Wednesdays, I believe. And like they let all female comic, it's
Go.
like an all female comedy show. Like,
that's what's up.
But you gotta you gotta do the email. I'm not to that level. I'm to that level, but they be knocking me in the head like you hard headed. Put the video 3 cheeks so you can be on there. And I'm like, shit, they should come see me.
Yeah, you're building your own thing. So what do you guys see yourselves? I say the next year and a half, 2 years with your craft, movies, TV.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
But I work every day. Bitch be at work.
I
I
ain't
can't
gonna
even
lie.
lie.
In a year,
Somebody come
In a
with that
year?
check, you quitting.
I'm trying to have a comedy room. Like I just want my own room. I have
Yeah.
so many comedians that love me. I have the ability to bring comedians that would not work with each other into the same room working with each other. I have such a big following when it comes to my comedic love. To people that they charge buku ratings and all that, but when it comes to me, it ain't like that. Like I like to the point where I just need me a room, like a place to be able to, a platform the way I can get my comics to be able to perform and stuff like that. That's what I'm working on within this year. Like just finding me a set room the way I can have a specific day for this room, because I'm on Chi Chi Finds the Funny 6 on my own, as far as my own shows, and everybody hitting me up like, Chi, like what's going on? Like and I'm like, I don't have a room. Like everything is closed down with the COVID, or it's a 50 people max and stuff like that. And the place that I normally would have my comedy shows, which is Sully's out in Parkville, they're not doing anything until shit get right. So yeah, like in a year, I just want to have my own comedy room, like the way I can do open mics, I can do sip and giggle. You feel me? Paint and giggle. Like I want to do paint. Like we can do the sip and paint, but you got a comedy show attached
That's
to
dope.
it.
all
I
the
like
pain
that.
laughing and shit.
But that's the point. That's the point.
Funny shit.
If you come out that bitch with a good picture, get this motherfucker out of here. You laugh one time, take life too fucking serious.
And like do a few kid comedy shows, because my children be like, Mommy, why we can't never go? Like, what is going on
Nah,
in
that's
these
dope
comedy
because there's a lot of
shows?
kids that's funny.
Yeah,
Like, there's a kid, he from OTM.
Why y'all keep? I'm not from OTM, man.
But no, he from the real OTM.
I'm not from the fake OTM. You keep talking about the real. I'm not from the fake one either.
But he be doing like a little.
Bed bug crew.
I seen the first time I seen him was at an elementary school like talent show. And he be doing like little gigs for real. Like he funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot your name because it was some rat shit. Ass like he sound like a rapper.
Yeah.
And then he got up there and started telling jokes.
Yeah, we
I wonder what his ass.
We gotta find out who he is.
Hey, I got a question for y'all too. I know you said that you was talking you be talking your shit and everybody's like you should do comedy. But at what point, I mean, it's for both of y'all, that you realized that you was just funny?
I always thought I was funny. I just didn't know if other people was going to receive my funny, because I'm the oldest of 3. I'm vulgar. It's my shit is not ladylike at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Good
like,
shit.
That's what we like.
are they going to? How are people going to receive this woman saying shit that most women won't say? You know what I mean? And so,
Hey, what generation is this? 'Cause these women today,
right, but see, I'm not
the
from this.
men acting like bitches.
I didn't want to say that, but I'm not from this generation. Like I said, I'm almost 45 years old. You know, so getting up in the room, you know what I'm saying, and I say whatever I want. And the first time I did it, the first time I did comedy, I didn't write down anything. I went up on, when I got to Magoobies, and it was a mixed crowd. I mean, it was different ages, you know, different ethnicities, you know, different religions was in the room. And I know that because it was like a whole slew of Jewish people in there. And the reason why I knew that was because when all the comedians...
They had no cars that night.
Like, man, who shit did you put out?
They had no cars that night.
No, because one of the guys that was doing the open mic competition was Jewish. So his family and friends came.
in a black suit.
You know, so they was not... Let's be clear. They was fly as shit. I ain't going front.
Some of them motherfuckers be fly as a bitch.
Yeah.
That black be sharp as a bitch.
No, they ain't had a black with the top hat with the little shirt. Not them, not the shirt, not the Orthodox.
I'm sorry, community, but when I see
know,
them on a football field in full-grown suits playing basketball or football,
Hey,
like I just be like,
don't do them like that.
Y'all just keep saying them
So
all the time.
it was just that crowd was just, it was multicultural, and it was like, well, what the fuck is I'm going to say? And so it was just like, I'm gonna survey the crowd and I'm gonna say what I say, and we gonna keep it pimping. And that's just what it. That's
so
just
when
what it
I
was.
found out, I was funny.
When I won that, I was like,
came
"Oh,
out
bitch
the
is funny."
vagina. I'm just playing. No.
Like,
no.
when you slid
no,
into
but
this world.
I'm the one in the room that always willing to say the shit that somebody won't say. And they be like, "Girl, what the fuck?" Like, girl, what the fuck?
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm that person that's like, because I want to see the reaction. Like, I want to see the oh my god, did she just say that to me? Like,
that'd be me.
Yeah,
just like saying
and
shit.
like, as far as with crowds, I read, like, I go off of crowd work. Crowd work is like when you look into the crowd. For my first time ever using crowd work, every comedian would say that, like, gee, you got funny jokes, you got good go-to jokes, but you need to work on your crowd work. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what is this? But for the first time ever, I was at the Arena Players performing for Mr. Lonnie Davis. He had gave me an opportunity down there at the Arena Players. It was like 500 fucking people, biggest audience I ever performed in front of, and something had happened on another to where it was an incident that happened right before me, and then they was like, yeah, you next. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, I'm new. I'm like, no, like, you don't go ahead and throw somebody out there that's going to get them joking and giggling again, and then I'll come out there and do me. Right. He like, Chi, if you can get this crowd back, I'll change your comedy career forever. I'm like, fuck it, open the curtain. Fuck it, open the curtain. I'm like, so I get the punches, so when they open the curtain, I'm like this. I'm like this. So I'm like, I want that motherfucker swinging. So, like, I looked into the crowd. I saw it go for the first time ever, and it was fucked up. It was fucked up. My first reading of the crowd, I looked into the crowd, and I was like, oh, they addicts. I was like, my father been clean for 20 years. Clap it up for that.
Yo, that's some real shit.
That's some real shit.
Yo, I promise you, I did not have no fucking joke about no crackhead type shit, no nothing. I was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm like, clap it up. I'm like, my father been clean for 20 years. They get to going wild, clap it up. I said, I ain't talking about drugs, bitch. I ain't talking about drugs.
They was bitch. They was like,
yeah, for real. I said, my father been fucking me up since I was young, and the nigga just told me my mother might not be my mother. He said I was fucking with 5 bitches around that time. You know, so like that's how I went into it, and I ain't gonna lie, I got a standing ovation to the point where I was crying and everything. I got a standing ovation because I was just so, my heart was like, I ain't gonna lie, my heart dropped to my motherfucking drawers when I heard that crowd. They was out there going wild, like, we'll turn this bitch. I'm like, I'm not going out there. Like,
damn, at the Arena Players too.
I'm like, where's the real comedians? Like, I'm looking around.
What the fuck that motherfucker did?
Yeah, no, I ain't even gonna tell you because the person that did it, I love him very much, and I'm sorry for telling about it on the radio show, but I love you. Like I would never put that out. What happened? But it was horrible.
Yeah,
and
tell me later, bitch.
For real, it was horrible, and I had to come right after that. And he knew it because the way he was like right next, he was like, "Yeah, you up next." And like it looked at me like I was just like. I said, I'm like, yo, get the real comedians. I'm like, where's the real? Like, gee, they like, bitch, this is it. They're like, go.
That's a story you'll never forget.
No prize out there bitch talking about No Audition dance group.
That helped shape
what?
The marching band.
Who did that?
But no, ever since I did that show, I've been, this man has been blessing me, putting me on so many shows, putting me in, like, I just went to Atlanta 2 times, back to back, had 3 shows in 3 days. Like, I did Uptown Comedy Corner, I had did Escobar 2 Chainz Club. I got a standing ovation there, and they was like, "Yo, you need to clap up." They like,
Escobar, that's our shit.
They was like, they don't even listen to people, and they like, "Gee, you made Escobar
they don't
listen."
Yeah,
they like they be doing whatever the fuck they want to do when you in there like doing your set. But I ain't gonna lie, I went in that motherfucker and I was just like, y'all don't know me. I'ma say I killed this shit regardless. So y'all can laugh if y'all want, but if you don't. When I go home, bitch, I killed that shit.
You definitely did. You definitely did shot. Because Escobar motherfucker, they don't listen to shit.
They don't.
They don't even listen to the fucking DJ.
This is my second time performing there.
They don't. We
That's
we in that bitch.
I just been I performed again. Like, as soon as I went in there, Miss Pretty Brown, when she seen me, she like, baby, she like, I love you. She like, you can go up. I was like, for real? And she really let me go up again. And I was like, I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get that Atlanta wave going, you know. So
let me ask you about these Instagram comedians.
She gonna be in Wakanda soon.
It's a lot of people that you see on Instagram that's funny.
In my house, my dumbo.
That's funny on Instagram, and they try to make that transition from the gram to the stage and thinking that it's so easy.
Yeah, it's different when you get your ass up on that stage.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say real comedians.
Yeah, say that.
Real comedians like they really put that footwork in and do that mic time. Be shunning the shit out the Instagram comedians because we be like, yo, you funny as shit behind that camera, bro. But come down here in front of these 200 real quick, like yo, and half of them that don't like you. You feel me? Like come right here with that.
Most people want to see you pay.
Most of the dudes wear wigs anyway and shit, you know.
But then it's like you got the Instagram people because I got a few of those friends. Like I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Lambo Too Crazy, very big Instagram sensation. He don't like to do the stand up and that's my dear friend of mine, funny as fuck on his skits and stuff.
He know his lane, then.
But he don't. He like and he and on the stage he done good. He like I don't like that. He like because if you don't feel as though you did your best, it weighs heavy on you. He like I don't like that negative part of comedy. He like I like to just. Fuck you laugh. If you
once
don't
you put that shit on camera, it's in your hands to watch.
Yeah, because you ain't got it. When this camera, that's what I said. What y'all doing with the stand up, that's where if your status of being a comedian really lies at, because being in front of a camera, you don't have to deal with no pressure because that camera not judging you.
Right.
You can always go back, edit, do the whole thing over and replay. When you out and you gotta look at people in their face and they literally in touching distance
ain't no
from
redos.
you. Yeah.
And I didn't see. I had to come back, grab the mic. No, I'm funnier than that. No, I'm like, let it go, bro.
My time is up.
I'm like,
let it go.
What I'll say is, I'm not as on the scene as I probably should be. You know, like the first time I did comedy was in 2015. It's 2020. But the amount of time that I've done it does not even equate to probably a whole year.
But you are OG in this shit. Like you
I'm not though.
Different. You are like far as
you
I know
say
comedy
that.
brackets because I know comedy respect levels in Baltimore. And like I get confused where I get confused is that because I hit every mic, any mic, all mics. Put a mic, I'm on it, and I'm talking some shit. You feel me? But people used to say, "Chi, you already established the fact that you're funny. Why do you keep going to these open mics? If a motherfucker can see you for free, what is the point of paying to see you?"
I don't know. But Kevin Hart still do open mics.
I'm like, so, but in my
that's how you work your material.
Yeah, that's what
I told
them.
them. Like, but really, like 3 comedians, like to be like kind of in my ear a little bit. They was like, "Gee, stop going to these people's room," and I'm like, "No, like that's how I learned to be comfortable. That's how I learned to read the crowd. That's how I learned what jokes.
It's like
really
training.
Hit them and what jokes you
continuing education.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. But they like, well, you'll never be a paid. I'm like,
but that's not my son shit. Right. Cause there's some people that you'll go see for free. They be like, yo, I'm going to see them again. If I got to pay them, I'll go.
Yeah, it's just all who you appeal to. Like, if that's even in sports. If Tank say, I'm fighting for free tomorrow, like, you're going to go see it. But then if he say, I'm fighting on pay-per-view next month, you're going to pay it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. Like, people that come on to go to the smaller stages.
We're not going to do that today.
What?
I guess I'll say.
Because he was in his hometown and all of Baltimore didn't come out. But,
they didn't because we were there.
Yeah, we were there. So what
I will say, I'll change my answer to within the next year, I want to get more out on the scene. Yeah. I'm a driving school owner. So
getting in the scene with the gangster lady.
I mean, so that takes up a lot of my time having to do driving lessons and teach. You know, this COVID situation kind of slowed the world down and kind of made you take a step back and kind of reevaluate what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm able to be here today was because I have an instructor that's teaching class for me online. You know, because I was missing so much stuff because everything was starting 6, 7 o'clock and my black ass is still at work. So now that I'm in a position where I have that time in the evening where I can go to these rooms and kind of network and things of that nature, then I'll say I'll change my answer. And the next year I want to be on my boo Chi level and be traveling all over and doing 71 shows in a year.
We'd have brought that shit to you. We would have sat in a car. And drove that shit.
That ain't all paid shows. Don't think. I mean, no, but I do private shit too. I do pranks. Like I prank your mother. Act like anything, like act like a gardener. I'm out there picking her flowers up and shit. She come out there, what are you doing? These are my flowers. like people pay me for shit like that. Like recently, I did a private birthday party. Lady turned 30. She made me prank her guest as a stripper. Like she had a real stripper coming after me, but I came in, they didn't know about a comedian. So I came in there and I was like, yeah, all eyes on me, all eyes on me. And only thing she had to say
Come on, Ronnie.
She like, you not who I she like, you not who I ordered. She like, that's who I ordered. So the girls, mind you, like 30 females in there. And they like, I'm like, shit, it's Corona season, bitch. This is what you get. So I start pulling down my pants and everything, like showed the little top mask, because I ain't gonna lie, she paid me well. So I pulled down the top, showed the top of my ass, and I was like, yeah, after that bitch canceled on you, be happy what you got. To the point the girls was just like, oh my god, like, so they looking. So then I was like, bitch, is that shrimp? And I took the shrimp and ate it or whatever. And I was like, I'm just playing, yo. I'm Chi the comedian. And I went into my set and they was like,
we done fucked that whole prank up because you came in there like, we like, shit, we ready. We ready.
It's all my Instagram. Some of the girls in the background was like, shit, come on. They like, we got ready. I was
ready.
They was like, bitch, we really thought you was a stripper. And they like, we really thought you was a
stripper. We'd have been ready.
Secure 2 bags.
Look, that's a prank.
That's what I'm saying. We'd have been mad at each other. Like, yo,
it was hilarious. Like, and it worked so well because the girls, they was like, yo, we really thought that you was a stripper. Like, they like, we pulled out money out. They like, shit, we like big strippers. I'm like, girl, I was halfway dead.
Before we get up out of here, how do y'all feel about the growth of Jess Hilarious?
We just partied right the other day. Yeah, she is a very humble, funny lady. I mean, I wish she loved me a little more, Chi. But I mean, I don't know her personally. She knows Jess better than me.
I do not.
Oh,
you don't?
I do not.
Well,
what I will say, I love Jess. Jess came on the scene. She found her lane, and she been riding it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of her because she from my hood. You know, and she a West Baltimore chick. She cute. She doing her thing. You know, and I'm proud of her.
I should give Baltimore comics platform. And she been doing a lot of skits with everybody but Chi.
And Don Renee. But it's all good.
Y'all get y'all Yes, come on now.
Like, in all seriousness, in all seriousness, Jess doing a thing. She doing a thing. She found her lane. She riding that motherfucking wave. Shout out to Jess.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's so many. It's so many people.
Big enough to take people with her. I think she could be really large.
I agree.
She love her city. She love her city. She is very humble and like she ain't one of them. Oh, because I'm a little bigger up in my status, you can't talk to me. You can't. Like,
I love
every time I see somebody, they took a picture with her somewhere random.
Yeah.
She picking the shoe up.
She a regular hood nigga.
Yeah.
She don't let the fame get down here.
She don't. She don't. She came out Sunday. We was at the Spot Hookah Lounge, and it was a small venue. She came out, her and one of her homegirls. She enjoyed the show, laughed at all the comedians, and then stayed back and partied. You know, so it's like. She the homie.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. Yeah.
She the homie. Whether you don't like, I don't know her. Like, I can't be like, yeah, bitch. Like, I know her when I see her, and we've seen each other a couple of times, like out just like randomly. But it's like she the homie. Like, she come out and it is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, ladies, what I want y'all to do is let people know where to follow you.
Definitely proud of all y'all.
You follow you, your next performance.
Absolutely, everything. Everything.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay.
Everything.
Well, again, you can follow me on Instagram, Dawn Renee. Well, Instagram, Dawn Renee _entertains. I also have my Facebook page and my YouTube channel is the same, Dawn Renee. Then it's a space, entertains, and I'm supposed to be doing Sir Alex's Laugh Your Mask Off comedy brunch on Sunday, August 23rd. So if you follow me on Instagram, I post a flyer. And if any comedians are doing anything, I always put their work on my story. I share everything because I don't do no hating.
Right.
You know, I share everybody's shit.
That energy will come back.
If I ever work with you, even if I never worked with you before, I still post your shit because we got to stick together. That's our problem. Everybody else is sticking together except for us.
Absolutely.
You know, I know this Black Lives Matter thing is trending.
Woman power.
Yeah, this Black Lives Matters is trending right now. But I've been on my black people shit. Yeah. You know, I've been supporting us before this. Like, y'all just getting on. Yeah. But I'm glad because we need that. We need that.
Spike Lee. Get on the bus.
And y'all know where y'all can follow me. Cash App. I'm just
10% for me. 10% for me.
Matter of fact, Cash App is like.
Look, I know. Look, follow me on Cash App. I'm just letting know. And Chi the comedian, CHE comedian, no breaks in between. I have a show August the 15th at the Elegant Room, and I have a show August the 28th, the last Friday of August, with KY Nelly at
G10.
It's at G10. It's at G10.
She said KY. I got excited.
Now listen, how I know your shit though?
I know that's
I support my people.
Yes, I would say if y'all want to come out and catch these jokes, y'all very welcome to. And if you do need the Cash App, is $Chi, CHI, get the yayo, you know. So send some yayo.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Conway and Flesh.
Yeah, I'm saying y'all before we do that, y'all don't be roasting people, do y'all?
No,
now let me say this.
I throw roast though. She
threw a roast. I'm not a roaster.
I had Philly versus Baltimore.
Yo.
Some of the worst. They hated. Well, I'm not gonna say hated each other. They did not like each other. I had them at each other.
I come in. I never did a roast before. Let me tell y'all this real fast story. I come in all cute and shit. I got my little shirt on, my little shoe. This bitch, she had me put up against, had on some motherfucking butters. She had her hair pulled back. I said,
straight blunt from Philly.
I
ain't gonna lie.
And so I was like, hey, how you doing? This shit was like, she was mad cool, you know what I mean? But I was like, I'm supposed to be mean to her. I'm so busy laughing at what the fuck she was saying.
And uplift. And I'm like, did she know this is a roast?
Right, even afterwards, she was like she didn't go hard on me. She didn't even go hard on me. And afterwards, she was like, when you came in, you just was so nice and your energy was so good. I didn't even want to do it.
Straight blunt, she be in a lion with dudes. She be in some of the roast battles.
And he hit my first time. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, Renee. We supposed to be roasting each other.
You look just like your father. I said, no, Renee, gonna insult the girl so pretty. Like I was like, hey girl. Pretty.
And then I was just like, I don't roast. Clearly,
that's crazy.
I'm not a roaster.
Man, y'all got stories for days.
Yeah, my first roast in my first Chi show, I was like, okay, I can roast. Clearly, I can't. Yeah. I'm not a roaster.
You know your lane.
But it was all love though, and it was funny and shit. I was like I'm so busy laughing at the girl when it was my turn. She was like, all right, dog, go. I was like, girl, you dumb. Yeah, I'm not roasting. Is not my thing.
That's what's up.
I'm quite sure it's her.
Definitely.
I do roast leads, you know.
Chi did a roast freestyle rap battle.
Yeah, you had to rap against him, but you had to pack him. And I was like, this is Josh. He's the type to do Pilates with his nice boyish, girlish body. Yeah. Like, and it was like he had like a Pilates outfit on, and I was going through these niggas' stories, finding
I know he went home.
to kill him. It was horrible.
She did that shit, and I was just like,
one man, he came in my inbox like, yo, you know who I went at was NFL. What's his name? Stack Daddy, he a Ravens player.
Stack Daddy.
Sax Daddy.
Sack Daddy. I roasted his ass. He found me on Instagram. He said, "Oh, bitch, I found you." Because I was like, "Who in the auntie? I cannot go outside as this." Because he had a bonnet on and shit. And I was like, "Who in the hell auntie can I go outside as this?" He was
Who that?
I think Jalen Ferguson. I think that's who that is.
Yo, he was. I roasted his ass so bad.
He found him.
I Don't your motherfucking
And then
ass.
his first message to me was, "Oh motherfucker, I found you." And I was
I'm
dead.
about to send my hitters.
Then it was a nigga in a wheelchair, and they was telling me you should not roast him. But I'm like, it's equal opportunity.
Shit,
You know,
everybody.
so he said something to me, right? And he was like, "You look like a big ass bag of cotton candy." I was like, "Nigga, stand up and say it to my face."
Anybody can get it.
Like, bitch,
Anybody, hey yo, I don't give
That's
a
right.
And after
That's
that,
That's
this
me.
has been another
That's
edition
me.
of Imperfect Sense
That's
right here
me.
on Unified Radio.
Wheelchairs,
That's Conway.
fucking
Talk
bus
to him,
stop
Con on
seats. Everybody
Instagram.
can get it.
That's Flesh. Please spell it for
That's
him.
PHLESH.
Andy, yell out your Instagram real quick.
McFly 101.
Absolutely. You can
Talk
follow
to
me on
Con
Instagram.
2 O's.
ERICK 410, man, and we appreciate y'all.
Yes,
We
thank
see
you
y'all
for
the same
having us.
time, same unified channel next week.
All right.